Hey folks, how's it going? I'm Josh.
I'm Taylor.
We're gonna be checking out what, youngin?
Brewstew, Tommy's house.
Alright, guys, you never heard of Brewstew? They're hilarious.
This is like the newest one.
This is the newest one that we haven't seen. They just got dropped today.
Mm-hmm.
So we've watched so many of them, so we can't do reaction to a bunch of them unless we go back way to the old ones,
Yeah.
you know? But this is an opportunity to react to one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully it doesn't get...
And I've seen people ask before.
Yeah.
Before we knew who they were.
Yeah.
So.
Hop right into it. Oop, I hit the wrong thing. Tried it again.
Alright, now usually when you're growing up, you tend to have a friend that you like hanging out with, but you don't really like going to their house. And for me, that was my friend Tommy. Now, I didn't like going to Tommy's house for a couple of reasons. For one, his house had a weird smell to it. And by weird smell, I mean as soon as you walk in, you'd be like, ah, sick! Is somebody microwaving socks in a Denny's bathroom? What the hell is that? And for two, his family wasn't the most pleasant people to be around. His mom had a bunch of weird-ass rules that you'd have to follow when you were there. You're not allowed to use our bathroom, you hear me? I don't know where you came from or who your parents are, so you're not allowed to take a piss in this house. And then you had Tommy's creepy-ass grandma, who would always talk to me, but I could never understand what she was saying because she talked like fucking Jabba the Hutt from Star Wars.
You've been not chopping solo.
Dude, what the hell is she saying? Is she about to freeze me in carbonite? I don't know, maybe. So needless to say, Tommy's house sucked ass. But there was one redeeming factor about Tommy's house, and that was that he had a PlayStation 2. And I'll never forget the day that Tommy got Grand Theft Auto 3. It was like a goddamn national holiday to us. I'm hanging out front of my house with my next door neighbor Michael. I got my sweet Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson hat on, looking like a hard ass.
Jabroni.
Careful, honey. I don't smell what that kid's cooking, and I don't want to be a part of it. All of a sudden, Tommy comes up to us. You guys want to come over and play PlayStation 2 at my house? Oh, and deal with your mean-ass mom and your weird-ass grandma? No, thank you. My grandma's dead. Now, side note here, Tommy would always lie about stuff, all the time, for absolutely no reason. And he would always lie about his grandma being dead. Now, why would he do that? I don't know. Tommy's a sick fuck, I guess. He would lie about his grandma being dead, and you would feel all bad for him. Then you'd go over to his house, and you'd see her ass sitting in the living room watching Leave It to Beaver. Tommy, your grandma's not dead. I'm not falling for that again. Come on, dude. I got Grand Theft Auto 3. Oh, hell yeah, Grand Theft Auto 3. I want to run over some hookers with an ice cream truck. Calm down, Michael. Just calm down. We all want to run over hookers with an ice cream truck. But do you really want to deal with Tommy's weird-ass grandma? I just told you my grandma's dead. God damn it, Tommy, she's not dead. You're a liar, and you're lying just like the time you told me that your cousin was on an episode of Boy Meets World. He was, though. Are we gonna run over hookers with an ice cream truck or what? So we walk into Tommy's house. We're all gung-ho, ready to commit some felonies. Ah, sick. Why does it smell like a dog shit in a bag of Fritos in here? I look over to the other side of the living room, and sure as shit, there's Tommy's grandma, alive and well.
You've been chopping solo.
God.
I love his stuff so much because I swear to God, it reminds me of my childhood so freaking much.
Yeah, it's like things he says. It's like the.
It's just spot on. Like, even the friend's house you don't want to go to because it smelled, that was my friend Antoine. His house always smelled funny. His grandmother, well, they say his mom was mean. His grandmother was super mean.
Yeah.
And like she wouldn't let us use the bathroom, stuff like that too. Same
That's
thing.
So weird.
Like the furthest we can come is like into a part of the living room and on the front porch. And if like you're out there hanging on his front porch, you couldn't come in and use the restroom or anything. And the house smelled really bad. Like as soon as you step a little bit in, you can smell it. Like she just, you can wait right here for Antoine. You can wait right here.
Why does it matter? Like your house is real fancy and I can't walk through.
And it was super dirty.
Like your house
stunk.
is nasty, so why does it matter? I hated going to my cousin's house, even though like we were close. Like their house was always super nasty and it smelled weird. And my uncle was an alcoholic, so I hated going over there. But I wanted to hang out, so
you did.
I just dealt with it. But I just like hated being in the house. Like we would always go outside and stuff. So
yeah,
it's funny.
You a bum.
What? I'm just... You made turn the video back on.
God damn it, I knew it. Tommy, what is the matter with you? You're like the little boy that cried my grandma's dead. So we start heading to Tommy's bedroom, and all of a sudden, Tommy's grandma has the audacity to take my sweet Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson hat right off the top of my head. Hey, what the hell? Tommy, you better get your grandma under control before I tip her ass out of the wheelchair. We don't like hats in this house. You can get it when you leave. I don't know where you came from and who your parents are, so there's no hats in this house. And if you gotta take a piss, there's a tree in the backyard card you can use. So I have to cut my losses and let Tommy's weird-ass grandma have my hat for the time being, and we go in his room and play some goddamn Grand Theft Auto 3. But there's one big problem that's stopping us. The goddamn game disc is all scratched up, and we can't get the thing to work. Jesus, Tommy, where'd you find this game? Out in the street? My sister's boyfriend gave it to me. What, after he was done wiping his ass with it? The thing's all jacked up. It's got more scratches in it than a fucking lottery ticket. How the hell are we gonna get this thing to work? I heard if you put toothpaste on the disc, it helps get rid of the scratches. Michael, we're not putting toothpaste on the disc. Don't be ridiculous. Was the game got fucking gingivitis? Hey, I'm just trying to be constructive. All I want to do is run over some hookers with a goddamn ice cream truck. So there we were, squeezing out toothpaste on this goddamn Grand Theft Auto 3 game disc, hoping that it just might work. We put the game back in the PlayStation, and you wouldn't believe me if I told you, but somehow Michael's bullshit toothpaste method totally did not work at all. Are you fucking kidding me? We squirted like a half tube of Colgate on the damn thing. Not only did the game not work, but we probably fucked up Tommy's PlayStation 2 while we were at it. It's making some weird noises. So there was no Grand Theft Auto 3 that day, which meant there was no running over hookers with an ice cream truck. Ah, darn it! Me and Michael were so mad we just left Tommy's house. And it wasn't until I got home that I realized, oh, damn it, I left my sweet Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson hat with Tommy's weird-ass grandma. And after that day, I didn't see Tommy for weeks. Finally, like a month goes by, and I go back to Tommy's house. Hey, I need my sweet Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson hat back. Where's your weird-ass grandma at? Dude, my grandma died. God damn it, Tommy, I'm not doing this. Your grandma's not dead. She doesn't die. She's like the Terminator of all grandmas. Oh, shit, she really is dead this time, isn't she? Whoops.
Brewstew.com.
That's funny what he said about, like, leaving his hat there. Because, like, speaking of my cousin, I would sometimes, like, forget, like, a sweater or something.
Yeah.
And my cousin and me, we were, like, the same size, but she was, like, way taller than me. So I would, like, go there, like, a couple weeks later, and she would have my sweater on.
And act like it's hers?
Yeah, I'd be like, that's my sweater. She's like, no, it's not. And my aunt was, like, kind of mean to me for some reason. And she'd be like, that's not your effing sweater. And she'd be, like, shouting at me. I'd be like, it is mine.
That's what you get for leaving clothes over there.
Or she'd just be, like, wearing my t-shirt. Or I, like, had a Pikachu necklace that I loved. And I left it there one time. And my cousin was wearing it. And I never got it back. I was so upset. My mom used to get so mad at me. She would get so mad when I come home. Where's that Pikachu necklace?
Why'd you keep leaving stuff over there? Shame on you.
It was just an accident. Because, like, sometimes when I go there, I'd stay, like, 4 or 5 days throughout the summer.
Yeah.
So I would just, like, misplace stuff and, you know.
You're a bum.
They were my family, so you think they'd give it back.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't really have enough stuff for people to steal or anything. Like,
yeah.
But, it's so crazy. I was really good at taking care of my games, but
yeah.
Whenever, like, my brothers, anybody get hold up to them, they get, like, scratched up. So, like, all of it is funny because I've tried the toothpaste thing. I'm not sure if you guys ever tried this, the flushing the disc in the toilet thing, where you take the disc and you put it in the toilet and you flush it. In the water that's...
With toothpaste on it?
No, you just put it in the toilet and flush it.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
What does the flushing do?
I guess what... They said, if only reason why it should have worked, because it worked for me a couple times, they said is because a lot of times, like, in the small grooves of the scratches, dust and debris gets inside of it.
Oh, so that's
so
like
if
really
you just wiping in left to right like most dumb kids do, you're really just rubbing the dust back in there. So when you do the thing, the spiral kind of sucks some of the dust out. And it makes it work just a little bit, and it was just a little bit. It, like if it didn't load at first, it might load to a certain point. And the other one was wax. You take candle wax, you scribble it all over the disc.
Yeah. And
then you wipe off all the excess in whatever wax you had. Supposed to fill in the cracks. Didn't work. Toothpaste didn't work. And then the other thing was if you like tape aluminum foil to like if like you scratch the data part, like the top part where the label was at, if you scratch that part and you can see through it, you put aluminum foil on it, and that's supposed to help. That's not how stuff works. So as a kid, that's what you think, like,
you just try it.
Because it's shiny too, so it sounds right.
Yeah.
And tape it on there. Shit didn't work.
Or that crappy machine that they used to have at the video store that didn't work either. That was supposed to buff out the discs.
The resurfacers?
Yeah.
Those will work for me. Unless the data part's scratched.
Yeah.
I have used like those really high strength and resurfacers. They'll work unless it's like deep grooves.
Yeah, because like I'd walk back over there, I'm like, this doesn't work, and they would resurface it. I'd be like, this still don't work. But if it was like real scratched up, I'm sure.
You had trash CDs, like I've like
from the video store.
I'm saying if it's dark grooves.
Oh.
Like so, like usually if it's just like minor scratches, the laser's not reading, a resurfacer will work.
Yeah.
Because I used to have a GameStop sell like this cranking resurfacer. Now I resurface all my friends' disc for them. But it was you can't
You thought
screw
that was
up.
amazing.
Yeah, it was. But it was super hard because
Yeah.
it was a wheel and then a buffing wheel, and you have to crank it. And it's like slow cranks. You got to maybe like 200 cranks to get it around the first time. Then you got to stop right where you started on that line. You got to where you do it, because if you go over just a little bit, you just fucked up. And you got to crank around a whole nother time. You got to put it in reverse and crank back around and put different buffing creams on it, and then do like a hand buff, like this whole shebang. And it worked. The resurfacer was a jam. I was the best person ever, because everybody's like, "Oh man, Josh resurfaced this for it." As soon as our resurfacer broke, I had no more friends, so I guess it was my friends to begin with.
Because you used it too much on your friends by
I'm just
fixing
joking. I
all
still
those
have friends, but I was
DVDs.
like, y'all
I
need
know,
to take care of y'all
I'm
disc because it's freaking broken. Like my resurfacer is broken.
Yeah.
I remember I got it from EB Games. I think it was EB Games or GameStop or Game Crazy or Funko Land or one of those. I don't remember.
Those places.
Yeah, folks, I've been talking enough. She won't shut up, as you can see. So,
Well, you stop doing that kind of stuff to me. Anyway, we like Brewstew a lot.
yeah, Brewstew's really funny. You guys should definitely check out their channel. They're super awesome. They're hilarious. All right, folks, that is all for this one. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment below. And we'll see you next one.
Bye.